Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. I've mentioned before in a few videos that we have had an exorbitant amount of produce in our garden this year, and for that we are truly thankful. But at the same time, I don't want any of it to go to waste, and I am giving it away and doing everything I can possibly do with especially our apples and tomatoes. So I've got just bags and bags of tomatoes frozen with which I'm going to make some more ketchup. And then I've got bags and bags of apples that I've also frozen. And so then I came across this recipe for tomato apple chutney, and I was like, bingo, perfect. So while I was making this, I never even thought to videotape it. And then just now I thought, you know what, somebody else might be in the exact same boat as we are and wondering what to do with tomatoes and apples. So this is a wonderful recipe. So it starts off with 12 cups of chopped and peeled tomatoes. To peel your tomatoes, all you do is set them in boiling water for about 3 minutes, take them out, rinse them in cold water, and the peels just come right off. It wasn't that hard. 8 cups of chopped and peeled apples, and I used my apple peeler that I got from IKEA. I just had to pull it out of the sink. It's an apple core and slicer, so I peeled my apples, cored and sliced them, and that's all I did. I didn't chop them any more than that. 4 cups of packed brown sugar, 3 cups of chopped onions, which were from our garden, 2 cups of cider vinegar. It said 1 cup of currants, but I only had cranberries and raisins, so I used a half a cup of cranberries and a half a cup of raisins. 2 tablespoons of minced ginger, so it's the fresh ginger. And what I did is grated it on my cheese grater. 2 tablespoons of that, 2 large cloves of garlic minced up, and then your spices are salt, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of dry mustard, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, 1 teaspoon of hot pepper flakes, and a half a teaspoon each of cinnamon and allspice. And the smell is really nice. It's just such a nice blend. So you bring all this to a boil, and then you turn it down and let it simmer for 2 hours. So it's not going to look, I'm sure it's going to get more applesauce-y looking than this. So I'll come back after it's boiled down and it's ready to go into jars. One thing I wanted to mention, I picked up this enamelware kettle pot. It has a lid at a flea market for next to nothing. I think it was like $5. And it has made all the difference in the world in making it easier to can things. I used to use another pot, and then I'd worry that it's boiling over all the time. And although there's a large amount of fruit and vegetables in here, it's still quite a big difference from the lid. So yeah, if you're ever looking for a good pot, check out the flea markets, because you know what, it's all a matter of having the right tools to do a job. It's 9:33 p.m. and my chutney is all ready. It said to cook it for 2 hours, so I had started this at supper time. So it's been cooking for a little while, just until it gets thick. You want it to be thick because it's going to be like a relish on the side of your plate, so you don't want it all, watery. So my jars are all sterilized here. I sterilized them on just a baking sheet at 250 degrees for half an hour, and all my lids and stuff were all boiled. So I'm just, and sterilized, so I'm just going to go ahead and can these right now. So I've got my chutney all jarred up, and it looks really good. And in some of them you can see the cranberries plumped up, and you see the apples and the tomatoes. So the very last thing I have to do is to give it a 10-minute water bath. You can probably hear the canner boiling up and getting ready. So I've got, look how many jars I got. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11 jars of tomato apple chutney. This makes me very happy. I do not know why. I think I might have been a pioneer in another life or something, because I get such joy from canning. I absolutely love doing this. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try, especially if you've got a large abundance of vegetables, particularly tomatoes and apples. And there's all kinds of chutneys. Just Google it. There's just plain apple, there's plum, there's peach chutney. And if you've never had chutney before, it's very similar to kind of like a spicy applesauce or a relish that you just have on the side of your plate. And I'll serve this with pork chops or any pork dish or chicken, any meat dish, and just have it on the side just the same as you would pickles. So I'll put the recipe in the down bar because I know it was a lot of ingredients to try to remember and jot down. And it was actually a link, so I'll put the link to the recipe in the down bar. And thanks a lot for watching. And I know this is going to be yummy, yummy, yummy. So I'll see you next time. Bye.